Hello, everyone, and welcome to Counselor Feature Friday. I'm your host, Brian Urban. In these features, we hope to give you some simple tips, tidbits, and tricks to make your days easier and your patients happier. In this feature, we're going to talk about customizing your patient search results. Okay, there are two primary ways of searching for patients in Counselor. The first is by using the quick patient search up in the top right-hand corner. The second is under patients and then search patients. Either way, it will end up with you seeing a list of patients that you're looking for. All right, so let's just do this really quick. Let's look for every patient in our clinic that has Tim within their first name. Okay, so that found us 24 search results. Now, the current layout is sort of the default, right? It has all this basic information. But if you want to change that around, you have the ability now under Actions to click Customize Columns. And that will let you decide which kind of data points you're going to see and in which order. So for example, here, if I scroll down here and I say, I also want to see, let's see, the last review date or the ad date, or I want to see the email within this as well. And I want to move this up so that it is maybe between first and middle name, right? Kind of an odd place for it, but it'll stand out, right? Or if you just want to go through here and say, okay, I also want to add in their EHR ID, I want to add an employee ID or any tags. You don't necessarily have to reorder it because once you click save, it'll add this just to the end of the list for you. And of course, you can remove things too. So if you say, oh, I don't really need their preferred clinic, let's remove that one. You go ahead and make your changes, and then you'll see it takes effect. So there we go. There's the email address in between first and middle name. And what you'll notice here is because I added an extra column, it did add some width. So now I can use the scroll bar over to that. So if you do make any changes and you say, gosh, I'm not seeing those columns, just look for the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen, and likely it's there. So you may want to look at how many options you are displaying if you want to get it onto one screen. And just so you know, if there are any questions, oftentimes people say, gosh, I'd like to have a certain column narrowed. That's just based on the data set you already have, right? So Counselor's trying to predict the size of the column. So unfortunately, the column widths are not adjustable, but the columns that you see are. So it allows you to be very specific. You want to see when you get your patient search results, either from the search patient or the quick patient search in the top right hand corner. Now, for those of you that use the user roles feature, where you can set up specific security preferences for specific job titles, you can do that. And now, as part of this feature, there's also the ability to customize the columns here as well. Now, you can jump in here, you can change the columns. Now, we don't need to set up for this one, but you can jump in here and change the columns without affecting anyone's security settings. So you can pop in here and say, okay, for front office staff, this is what I want them to see when they first log in. Of course, if you have any questions about using the user roles, please reach out to us so we can talk that through with you as well. The point being is you have the ability to not only do this for yourself, but if you're an administrator and you want to do this for groups of staff, you can do so under the user roles feature. All right. Of course, with any of these questions, or any of these areas, if you have any questions, please let us know. Give us an email, live chat us, send us a ticket. We are always happy to help. So thank you very much for joining us for today's Counselor Feature Friday. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.